Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back, Brandon again, and I'm back in the gym! Third video this week. What the fuck is going on, everybody? So for this particular day, as you guys know from the last training video, I mentioned I was going to be playing around with a little German volume training just in the weeks leading up to my wedding, which is quickly approaching, about 3.5 weeks out as of the time of this video. And one of the things that I wanted to do on this particular day, as you can tell, is squat and squat a lot. Now, obviously, the title is a little bit misleading because it's not 100 reps straight of squats, but yet a 10 by 10 with working sets of 275 pounds. And one of the reasons that we do this here on YouTube is to really spice stuff up and bring your attention to the video itself. Now, rather than being an ambiguous title, it is okay, in my opinion, to kind of add a little fuel to the fire to make it even that much more appealing. So yes, 10 by 10 squats of 275 is a little bit more descriptive and a little bit more accurate. However, 100 reps just sounds better and it's going to grab your attention. It's just as if you were at the adult movie store, which no one goes to these days because we all go online, and seeing Naughty Nurses 2. That sounds pretty exciting. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. And you're lucky that this is just a voiceover and not a face-to-face chat, because you might talk about some things that are popping up as well. But Naughty Nurses 2 sounds a lot better than individuals who are imitating medical professionals who are then having intercourse with each other for your entertainment. Just doesn't sell as well. So that's why we do this with the titles. Now, getting back into this, one of the reasons why I went off on that little tangent is just because literally you're gonna see 10 sets of 10 on squats with 275. This isn't very heavy when you compare it to the percentage of my actual 1 rep max. I think this is probably around 50% or so. But that being the case, a 10 by 10 is very tough and very difficult. And I feel like shit today, which is like a day or two later. The problem is that when I really look at how all this video footage is combined, it literally is only 7 minutes worth of actual work. So I guess that's a good thing about German volume training. Another good thing about German volume training in this aspect, as you see me play around with some of the bar position as well, in this case I'm going with more of a high bar kind of squat, is you can really, or you're forced to, find what is the most powerful position for you. Because on this particular bar position, I got a lot more burn in my quads than I'm used to, because when I low bar squat, my quads aren't as involved, and doing this high bar version definitely involves more quads. But as time went on, what you're gonna start seeing me do is incorporate wrist wraps, as well as a belt itself, just because I was getting overly fatigued. And when you reach that point of being fully fatigued, you're really going to have to find the most optimal squat position. So even though by sets 7, 8, 9, and 10, I was feeling like absolute shit, I actually have a feeling that my squats were moving a lot better and my form started to get a little bit better overall, just because again, I couldn't really rely on just finessing the weight up. Now, speaking of form overall, again, playing with the weight and the bar position itself, you're going to get some changes in form on each set. But one of the things I will say is my squats are pretty high on all of these sets, and I'm okay with that. Again, fatigue was setting in and just playing around with the bar, as well as I didn't really spend a lot of time warming up because I was anticipating that this was going to be a tough workout. But that being said, I still feel confident in saying that these squats were deeper than Zahir Kudryav's. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at this new, and I'm putting in quotes which you can't see right now, world record.
Thank you, please. Just up. Take care. Easy stuff, come on! Ah! No, no! Ah! Yeah! No, 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 no! No, 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 fuck! Ah! Yeah! Yeah! Oh my gosh! Yeah! They kill you! Really kill! Me talk! Fuck!
So again, overall, today was a very solid day. It really beat the crap out of me, and German volume training, if anything, has taught me just that. You can really push yourself with lighter weights and still have a fantastic workout, because again, I am struggling today. Taking poops, my friend, is not easy, and when you're on a high protein diet, you do take a lot of poops. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at German volume training. And I've been getting a lot of questions on this recently, like, why are you doing this? And I talked about it briefly last video, but I'm just looking for a way to get in a lot of volume on my main compounds leading up to the wedding. This might actually lead to a little bit of bodybuilding style training, at least in theory with what you're seeing here, just because of, again, the volume and the reps and the percentages that we're using. Once I get back from the wedding and my honeymoon, which will give me roughly like a 2-week break between, so getting married and going away for 10 days, I'll probably have about 2 weeks off of training. I do want to go back on into some real programming, but I'm pretty happy with how this has been going this week. It'll be interesting to see my next training session if I show it to you, just because it is a glorified arms day. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't really train arms that often, so I'm sure I'm going to be sore, as is evident by the fact that my chest is sore and my back is sore from the first day workout of this, and my legs are tremendously beat up, even being 24 hours later. So that's something to keep in mind if you're interested in doing this. I think there's a lot more effective programs out there, and I think one of the problems with having a YouTube channel with somewhat larger audiences, whenever I do or say anything for myself based off of my own personal preference, many people think that that's the best way to go about it for themselves, which is not the case. As you guys probably know by now, I really stress the importance of finding out what works best for you, and the best way to do that is experiment a lot, play around with things, and just see what you really adapt to and what you get growth from. But again, you have to give it time in some instances. You can't just go and try out something for one particular workout and say, this is for me or this isn't for me. That's not really enough time to judge that. So although in the short term this is very beneficial, I would imagine doing this for several months on end probably is going to have a lot of shortcomings, mainly the lack of variety, which to some people that might be okay, but for me, I do like doing some of the variations on the main compounds, and that's why if you ever run my Campbell PRS program or you watched my meat prep series, you'll see a lot of those exercises thrown in that are variances, whether it be deficit work, more paused work, whatever it is. So just take that into consideration when you're watching some of these. Again, I wanted to show you this only because I haven't really been showing you too much work here. This is probably the worst angle you can see, so this is going to be where we end it as well, just because it really is just a crotch shot. You can also see some imbalances in the way I set up, so the bar is a little bit slanted, but take a look at how my elbows are. That's something to do with the mobility in my left shoulder. It's not as good as the one in my right. So maybe that's something that I can really take a look at. But again, German volume training and all these angles and all these compounds and all these reps has really helped me point some of these out. So again, the next couple of weeks I'm looking forward to. I should also tell you that I'm still partnered with the NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, which if you want to get a 2-week free trial of their services, which is a longer actual class than just 2 weeks, but it's a 2-week free trial to see if you like it before you buy it, so to say, you can do that by clicking in the link in the description box below. As always, thanks for watching and stay big.